Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Thompson of drlisaandthompson.com, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to promote your webinars so that you can get more traffic, leads, and eventually sales from your webinars. Now, has this ever happened to you where you've gone and you did a webinar and nobody showed up? You were doing just a webinar by yourself. It's not a great feeling in the world, especially when you put all that time and effort into it. So while webinars in the past were an easy ticket, you probably heard that selling on webinars is one of the best ways to really make money with high ticket items. They're becoming where people are kind of tuning them out. They're getting burned out on them. So how do we get people to pay more attention to our webinars? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to get people to not only show up to your webinar, but to look forward to it like a kid at Christmas, counting down the days and minutes until your webinar starts and they can soak up every juicy word. Tip number one, you want to make sure when you're promoting your webinar that you are offering a bold promise with proof. You want to make them a promise they cannot overlook, one that gets their blood flowing and their interest piqued. And you want to make sure that you back that promise with proof that it has already happened. So here are some examples to help you out. Here's one example. The exact strategy I used to make $341,000 in the last month. What you could do is shoot a 30-second video of yourself logging into your accounts and scrolling through your sales. That's one option. Now, the other option can be, this is the exact diet that my 10 testers and myself used to lose a total of 412 pounds in 31 days. So what you can do is go find pictures of people with before and after shots, or better yet, take before and after video clips spliced into a quick 60-second video. Very, very powerful. Tip number two, offer them a bribe just for attending. The better the bribe, the more effective it will be. What I've seen some of the most successful webinar marketers do is they offer some free item of value to get people to attend. Okay, so sometimes they might offer a PDF or an audio recording, or they'll even put people into a raffle where at the end of the webinar they might have a chance to win an Amazon gift card. So here are some other examples of how to offer them a bribe just for attending. 10 strategies to make an extra $1,000 a month on autopilot. Of course, the product you're selling on the webinar would offer a great deal more potential than just $1,000 a month. Okay, so those are just some examples. Tip number three, a webinar to sell the webinar. Now, what do I mean by that? It's really not a webinar, but it sure sounds like one. What you do is you make a recording in which you enthusiastically greet your potential webinar attendees and get them worked up and super excited to learn what you will be presenting to them. Let them know that they're getting a ton of great information regardless of whether or not they take the advanced option. Once you've got them ready to go, you can direct them to sign up for the webinar. Tip number four, use bullet points in your webinar registration page and use bullet points in the promotions that you're selling out. What you want to do is, once webinar attendees have signed up, send them a list of bullet points of all the great information they're going to learn on the webinar. You want to emphasize there will be a ton of great info given out during the webinar to get enough to get them started, whether or not they decide to buy from you. That is huge. Okay, you want to make sure that you are over-delivering on value. The last tip is to use SMS or text messaging. Now this goes with your webinar platform or service platform. If it's equipped to send out text messages, by all means do so. Because what you're doing is you're giving an extra reminder to your signups that the webinar is happening. And that can make or break the difference between having lots of people show up and nobody show up. I'll tell you, I have, sometimes I forget if I've signed up for a webinar and I won't check my emails, but I will check my text messages. And if I notice somebody sending me a text message that a webinar is starting, I will more than likely respond to that text message and get on that training right away. You want to put much effort into promoting your webinar as you do your product, and you can really double the attendees and sales, because the more eyeballs you get on a webinar and you're doing the right type of webinar, you format it and structure it the right way, you will get more sales. Did you find this video helpful today? If you did, leave a comment and share it. Would you like to know how to sell with webinars? Well, I've got a 30-minute training to show you, which is done by one of the top webinar marketing experts in the home business niche. And he's going to show you, my friend Steve, how to really use webinars and to structure them in a way that guides people to want to buy your product, service, or join you in business using webinars. So to get that webinar training, all you need to do is go to www.drlisamthompson.com/webinar sales. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.